Hello and welcome. Today I'm here to showcase this Android app that I've been slowly developing. Here we have the title screen. You're able to select between 3 game modes: high score, survival, and flight school. Right below that there's a statistics screen. Tapping that will display things like your high score, highest combo achieved, highest amount of rings you've flown through, and some other things not yet included like best survival time. Then back at the title screen in the lower right hand corner we see a help button. This will give us a brief on the basis of the game, having things like basic controls and the objective of each game mode. You can scroll through that as you like. One thing I would like to implement in the future is Google services to allow you to compare with others on a global leaderboard. So hopefully that's something we'll be able to achieve. We're going to go ahead and start with Flight School. Once you select the game mode you want to play, it takes you to the character select screen. You can cycle through the characters, but there's only one playable character right now. I'd like to have at least 5. I think that's a decent number to start at. If you choose a character that's locked, it'll be grayed out and show you the criteria to unlock it. This can include such things as needing a high score of some amount, flying through X number of rings, getting a combo of some amount, surviving for X amount of time, and so on. If we were to choose a character that's locked, it's just going to state that it's locked, and we just got to acknowledge that. It's not going to let us play. Currently, the game will immediately start once we select the character. I would definitely want to have some sort of countdown at the beginning to help prepare you before the game actually starts. Real quick before we start though, the goal in this game mode is to fly through the ring. You have 1.5 seconds to do so. Flying through it's going to reset the timer and spawn a new ring randomly on the screen. If we don't make it, then that's game over. So as we can see, the timer at the top, our little countdown, try to make the background a little bit more interesting. So we have things like dynamic clouds and also the flag on the ring that kind of flaps. So we didn't make it. The game over screen comes up and it says, okay, we got a score of 9. You have the option to either retry or we can quit out and just go back to the main screen. We're going to go ahead and choose survival mode this time. In the early stages of this, there's only one enemy. He'll throw a football at you to try to knock you down. There may be some other objects that I would like for him to throw, perhaps a frisbee or a beach ball. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. Then another thing that you have to try to avoid is a kite. It just simply flies across the screen. Future enemies I would like to implement as a police officer. They'll come onto the screen and try to shoot you down. After firing some shots, they'll either walk to a new spot and shoot or walk off stage. They'll eventually have to walk off stage because we wouldn't want to overcrowd the screen with them. That would just be insane. The other thing is a helicopter. It'll just fly up and down on the side of the screen, firing bullets and maybe some missiles at you. The point is to have it where the longer you survive, then the harder the enemies that come out are. So here we go, let's begin. We can see the timer at the top of the screen. This will just show you the amount of time that you survived for. So here's the enemy that throws footballs. He'll just walk across and randomly throw stuff at you. And then we can see also the kites flying through the air. So we'll go ahead and we'll get hit by a kite, and we lost, and it shows the amount of time you survived. We survived for 23 seconds. The last one is high score mode. This features a power bar where you want to collect the beetle that comes out in order to gain more power. As soon as he comes out, you want to fly and try to get him. That way you can just use your power attacks. So once you have enough, you'll have the decision to use them. Right now, there's only one where you drop a bomb. This can be very useful to get a combo started as well as scatter enemies quicker. When you attack enemies, they'll run, so you can get them off screen quicker, so you have less to worry about. The second one planned is called the flock. This can be very helpful for both the offensive and defensive side. With this, your fellow birds will fly across the screen, allowing you to fly above them, so you can take cover and they'll take the hit. And they'll also attack as they fly across to help boost your score. I'm not really sure what the third power attack should be, so any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. These are very basic enemies, they don't really do much, they'll just walk across, easy to hit, so when you attack them we see that they start to run, and our score increases. And then we see the beetle occasionally come out, so you want to grab him as much as you can to fill that power bar up. It can be very tricky sometimes because he could be close to enemies, so you can't get him every time. So we didn't do too well, we lost. We're going to go ahead and retry that. Try to get enough power so we can use our power attack. So you're free to fly wherever you want. You can go below people, above them, wherever you want. Alright, so we have enough power now so we can enable our bomb. We're going to go ahead and do that. So we have it lit up. And when we drop it, let's get a good cluster of people. So when we drop it, we see that it explodes and it can help scatter the enemies. So as you just saw, this is where I'm at with these early stages in the game. Any feedback on what looks good or what I could add will definitely help me out and would be taken in consideration to help improve the final product. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.